I just got back from our neighbor Carl's house and he was just telling me the most fascinating stories. It all started with me asking, I say, well, how did you become a cop, man? How did you get into that whole business anyway? So he proceeds to tell me that back in 1984, right, he was a jail guard and he met these four individuals. Come to find out, these individuals was responsible for the Statue of Liberty walking down the middle of New York City. So after that, he was like, nah, I don't think this whole jail guard thing is for me, man. And he decided, man, I'm gonna get out of this business and start doing something else. So he ends up becoming an ambulance driver. Yeah, I know, totally different, but he ends up becoming an ambulance driver where he ends up meeting this dude named Remo Williams. Yeah, he gets wrapped up in this whole little saving the world from this old cabal thing. He's like, nah, I don't think ambulance driving is going to work for me. So he says, I'm going to have to change fields. So one day his wife Harriet is like, hey, it's some ads in the newspaper for taxi drivers, limo drivers. Why don't you try to do one of that? And he's like, well, I'll apply for both of them, but he ends up getting a call to be a limo driver. So what he decides that's what he's going to do. Because, of course, he needs to, support his family and everything. And who does he end up meeting? This dude named Mick, Crocodile Dundee himself. Yes, the legendary New York. Yeah, you remember him? Yeah, he says he knew him and was driving him around the city of New York for a while. So he say one day, man, he ends up getting out of that, man, because the position of cop finally opened up. He decided I'm gonna be a patrolman, right? So one day he's on his way back from his wife Harriet's job, where she's this elevator attendant, right? Where she says that she got the craziest, workers up there. One of them's name, I think it was like Malky or Balky or something like that. Anyway, he's on his way home one Christmas Day, man, from taking her some presents, man. And he get this call talking about there's an issue at this Nakatomi building, right? So he's like, okay, it's on the way home. I'll stop by. Couldn't be nothing bad going on. Lo and behold, the Nakatomi building, man, it's a hostage situation. People falling out the windows. Is yippee-ki-yay, mother effers, all kind of stuff going on. But he's like, you know what? I've been doing a lot as a cop. I'm trying to stay on it. Maybe next Christmas will be a little different. Nope, they tried to take over the whole airport. So he decides, man, you know what? Maybe it's New York. I'm going to go over to California, man, take up a job as a detective over there, man. It's a nice promotion. I think I'm going to do that. And everything's going good till he ends up meeting this dude who kept bringing this extremely large dog. He said that this dog had to be about the size of a dinosaur and that this dude had this dog as an actual partner. And they were solving crimes. Imagine that. So you know what he said, forget all of this, man. I'm gonna go back to New York. I'm gonna go and relax, man. I'm gonna just raise my family. I'm gonna be a normal police sergeant. I'm gonna do all that kind of stuff, and I'm just gonna, live out the rest of my break to retirement and do all of that. Come to find out, he had the even craziest neighbor who was doing stuff like all this kind of weird, crazy science stuff, and he called him the biggest nerd in the world. Come to find out, this dude literally made a whole nother person of himself, which he called Stefan. Look, our neighbor Carl, man, this dude has the craziest stories. You should really go over there and talk to him sometimes.